I did it! Hello guys! And we're back. Apologies for not posting videos. I actually have made 2 videos, but I got so distracted both days in uploading them and making everything sorted. And then one of the days I had one which went into quite a lot of detail about a build I had just been doing, and then I died. Like an hour later after I started the stream. I was like, well, if I upload this now, I'm gonna get a lot of questions about the build, and it's died, and I don't want to hear about it. So, this is an update video. Reason why I haven't been posting that many videos has been I've been very distracted, very occupied by all the events going on in PoE. I've been spending a lot of time reading through people's comments and everything, trying to get proper feedback. And I've been playing the game a lot, on and off stream. So all of that combined, just, I don't know. I've just been too distracted, and it's drawn me away from these daily videos. However, that's not how I want it to be. I want to be able to have these video on top of it. So this is the start of bringing them back for this league. Right. So last time, I believe I was still on the Trapper. Sorry? As you can see, I'm pretty low on sleep these days. At least for the past 2 weeks. We're gonna catch up with that. I was on the Bladetrapper, which was a super fun build, and he met his unfortunate demise against Utrecht, one of the new bosses. The expedition bosses are incredibly good, in my opinion. That's been my feeling so far. Yeah. Haven't done all of them yet, because I've been re-rolling a lot. But yeah, what did we call that guy? I don't remember what we called him. He was some kind of saboteur. Unleash the base, even though I didn't even have a base. But that was a good character. I don't want to go into too much detail, but yeah. That was a very good character. I'm still looking for the helmet slot. The Winter Crown or the Blizzard Crown or whatever. Never found that. Okay, after that I made this guy, which is strength stacking. I wanted to do Battle Mage Cry. And so you can use Battle Mage Cry essentially as a way to cast another spell. So I was thinking, oh, I can like attack and then cast a spell, and then attack and then cast a spell, and then you would cycle the 2, getting EE, and you'd have 2 strong things. But I think the less damage occupying a slot it's just too much of a hindrance to like casting a spell and actually being powerful enough. I never got the full setup, but even if I'd gotten the full setup, I think it would have been too weak. And you should rather, on a skill like this, only use it for the utility of it and for the upside of the exerted attacks. Or the buff that increases that makes increases to spell damage, increase and reduction to spell damage. Oh, I'm very sorry. Wow. Apply at 150 of their value. Basically, you get Crown of Ice and a gem. And I think that is very powerful, because you can maintain the buff 100% of the time. So yeah, there is that. And then you do get the exerts of the utility gems. I think that's quite nice. That is actually quite nice. But since that just turned into a normal attack-based strength stacker, it was not something I was interested in building further. And I didn't even have repentance. So that was that. Now, next up is this build. Let's see. I scoured a few items from him, but I think I can still show you what he's all about. Yes, I just took that one. That doesn't have stats I need. Right. Good. Now I'll show you this character right here, but it looks the same in maps. There's actually, the only thing is that shield charge doesn't kill everything anymore when I hit them, but It's fast, as you can see.
I'm not up to that.
Like the only thing I have to do in maps is every now and then I have to like do this, and then everything blows. Like you just have to do that instead. But it's really cool, right? Because whoop, 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 whoop. So you might be like, wait, Nugi, how did you make such a fast and cool character? I'll show you. There's so much improvement you can make into this still. And what's with the mana? You're not reserving your mana? But are you Archmage? That's a low mana pool for an Archmage. No, we're MOM. Let me show you real quick. So, I had an Impulsor and another Impulsor lying around. And a Storm's Gift. So I was like, how can I utilize that? Well, I came up with this. So you take Supreme Ego, and then you get Wrath, and then you do Divine Ire, and you fully convert it to Lightning. And it's pretty cool. So it's a fully converted Lightning build here. And the thing about it is that I did it because I wanted to figure out whether or not I could realistically shock all the bosses. And I am still 50% shocking almost all of the bosses in mid red tier maps on a 5 link with 19 gems and not very good gear. I have like one good neck, but that's about it that I'm using on the other character that I'm gonna show you next. Yeah, I have another character. So yeah, that's pretty cool, I think. Inevitably or eventually, this could be turned into a crit character, maybe. A possibility. We definitely want to take this later on with a thread of hope here. We get this. That means we can probably... I have a neck here that has Disanointed, and then you'll probably swap that to Disanointment instead. Late game, we'll get like 6.5, 7k life and 3k mana. So it's the life pool is great here. We're playing Raider. We have acrobatics, you know. I don't need this node because I have Impulsor, so it's like that's 1 point you don't have to take, I guess. But I think that's pretty cool. Now, this plays really, really fun. It's a fun build. Yes, the single target might not be extraordinary on a 5 link with this setup at endgame, and it's not crit, so it'll never be your omega damage. But it does its job. And it does it in a fun way. And if I could ever get the helmet enchant that grants more charges per hit on an enemy, that would help a lot. Especially on boss fights. Because you want to be able to 20 stack like fast. Because you want to hit that 20 stack to get the shock. One thing that's hard on this character is actually getting shock chance. That's like the one thing that annoys me a little bit. The flask has it, but it's kind of annoying to keep up a flask on boss fights. So there is that. But yeah, overall a very fun character. Very good for just speed farming content. And very good for speed farming, what's it called? The league mechanic. Now, on to the next character. Now, while I was farming on this character, an item dropped that kind of rattled me. It's Brain Rattler. I am an Inquisitor. It's probably one of the least played ascendancies. But it gives you Battle Mage. I can use Brain Rattler or Battle Mage, and then they buff Seismic Trap, so I'm like, yo, that can be my single target. So I have like a fully converted Seismic Trap to Lightning. Then we have the shock stealing damage as though you're doing 300% more. And I'm an Inquisitor, so I have easy access to crit, so I can actually make it crit based with all this setup. And the way we make it crit is by stacking some strength int. And that's important because that gives us, you know, a lot of tankability. So right now I'm trying Static Strike as my clear tool. We're just hitting like we're just about to go towards maps. Obviously, it's not as fast as the last character, but this guy should have. Hopefully, we can get like a really durable guy, someone who has tons of recovery, will be fully ailment immune through. Well, actually, not fully ailment immune. Stuff like brittle and sap and that will still screw us, but will be immune to.
Must have time to
what's it called? We'll be immune to shock, freeze, and ignite. Since we're gonna be using Cyclopean Coil, it gives us up to 15% increased stats, and shock, and I think ignite. And then we're just gonna use Arctic armor, at least until I figure out a different solution. And then you also have, what can I show you? Let's see if I can find this boss real quick. Where's a boss? Oh, I know where there's one. Let's go do this one. But yeah, so it's a pretty cool character, I think, where we do where I'm trying to have an attack and a spell at the same time. The thing about Static Strike is that scaling duration also scales a seismic trap, so it's like a natural fit for like extending a single target. And I'm kind of into the whole shock thing right now. And after playing that Raider, okay, so bing, bing, bing. As you can see, 50% shock, it's pretty good. Obviously, we're putting this on at 70, we're getting a huge boost because the flat damage that's being applied to the seismic is relatively higher compared to the 16 gem than it would be to the 20 gem. That being said, the physical damage portion itself is still something like 50% more damage or something, and then we get the shock stuff and the conversion and the pen, and you get the like they move slower and cast slower, and I think that part of it is actually really cool. That debuff is should be pretty sick on bossing, slowing them down, for then like add some chill on there and you know, and that kind of stuff. This could also be incredibly fun with like what's it called? Asenats for like all the lightning conversion. Again, here we're gonna go all these. Now this thing will eventually take Asylum once I take the consecrated ground nodes, and we're gonna get, if I think it should take us, so this gives us 30, 40, and then 60 reduction, so we just need another 40, and I think the rings do roll up to 40 reduction, so we just need one Crusader ring with
This
curse
is neither
reduction,
the time nor the place.
and then we're basically home free. Now you can see I'm using Melagaros here as well, because it's actually kind of difficult stacking proper multiplier. So I could get all this multiplier, but I really want to get stats, right? And I would really want to get like a gain and stuff. So it's like hard to find crit multiplier on top of that. So I thought, that gives us 150 straight up. And what I actually realized, I didn't think it would work, but this just sets your multi at this. However, do I have it on me? No, I don't have it on me right now. Assassin's Mark actually still works. I don't know why. Let's see. What does it say exactly? Oh, let me read it here. Skills, Assassin's Mark. So Assassin's Mark says hits against cursed enemies have. So they gain this on top. So my base is that, and then they get an extra bonus upon getting hit. So it's not me that gets the critical multi, it's the enemy that inherits more crit multi applied against them. So Assassin's Mark still work. which is another 30% damage increase, which is just lovely. Lovely. So I'll probably be able to eventually push this to like 80 plus crit chance, so we don't even like diamond potions. Who needs them? So that's really cool. I'm hoping to like, you know, push this. Right now I'm using shockwave support and chain. Just full on, just all that we can find to increase clear, and then we just have this a single target. And not just like any kind of single target, but big time single target. I'm also considering lightning strike, because what you could then do is you could like seismic up and vol lightning strike, and you can just cycle those around whenever they're available. And you never actually have to stand still and really hit the boss much. You might just want to like do it for like fortify and stuff like that, but that's about it. The only thing that kind of annoys me is that I am running out of gem slots, and I'm running out of them fast. And I don't really know what to do about that. I do think eventually I will probably want to put the seismic trap in maybe a pair of gloves or something like that, or a helmet. I think a helmet might make a lot of sense with 3% crit chance, because I could hit other stuff on there as well, and you can get the like the +1 or +2 crafted on there. I think like a helmet makes a lot of sense. That gives us immediate 2 extra gem slots, which would be very nice. And then I wouldn't need a 6-link on my armor, or I could have a 6-link on my armor and I wouldn't have to 6-link my Brain Rattler. However, 6-link on Brain Rattler is not a bad idea, because there are some very, very, very good things that you can corrupt on there. But I would love to get the percent corruption, because percent increase, like the quality increase, is kind of insane on this. So I also want to get the 28 quality on this. And I do need to divine this, as it's a pretty low roll. Kind of mid roll right now, right in the middle. But yeah, I can go a bit higher. But yeah, that's the character. I'm gonna take it to maps. I mean, who would have thought that this build with that build diversity would make I would be making a static strike seismic trapper inquisitor with Brain Rattler. I think that's kind of funny, and I'm not meaning it out of spite. I honestly think it has potential. There's a lot of things that has potential. I can guarantee you this is strong enough to take on
This is neither
things
the time
all the
nor
way,
the
all
place.
to like the Ubers and everything, and the Ubers included. Now it's more like how comfortable do you feel on it at the same time, especially on a hardcore SSF environment, as standing still even a bit in general in PoE is really risky. But anytime there is some kind of risk, I can always just throw a trap at it. That's my solution. Obviously we could go like BV, we could go like full into spells as well. I've considered that. And as time goes on, maybe we'll experiment into that as well, and like just not have the attack there. Maybe we'll just have Vigilant Strike and then something, you know, there's like, we have options, but we'll see. In regards to like all the stuff that's going around in PoE, I'll just give you a brief summary of what I think here, or what I'm going to do in regards to it. So I would say check out the 2 latest baeclasts. We have another one coming up, a third one, with Chris Wilson. Well, we're gonna, you know, he is... they've offered to, you know, do a baeclast with us where we can ask a lot of digging questions, so that's gonna be really fun. I think that'll be very enlightening. I'm not gonna like say anything other than that he's gonna come on and there's gonna be some serious talk. That's gonna be, I think, in a few days. I don't really, we announced it yesterday, and we decided on time. Wait, hold on, I'll actually find the time right now for you guys. Outside of that, in terms of like the overall sentiment, or my opinion on everything, once I'm done with the league, I'll do a summary video. But that might take a while yet. So I'll do a summary video of what I actually ended up thinking, the good, the bad, and everything in between, and the reaction responses, the people, the community, I'll try and like surmise all my thoughts and give you something where you can say, okay, now I know where Nugi stands on this, rather than it just being small rants in every video, because there are so many things to address, and there's so many good and bad things going on right now within the game and outside of the game. So it's hard to surmise in like one small take. So I'm gonna make a video. Let's see here. Do we have a time and date? Time and date is 2 days and 6 hours from this point, so that is 6 p.m. No, 8 p.m. UK time on Wednesday. Very cool. So definitely tune into that. So yeah, 8 p.m. UK time on Wednesday. Okay. I'll link the time and date description down below if you don't want to convert. Other than that, yeah, I'm just having a good time. Having a real good time. I hope you guys are having a good time too. PoE can be a lot of fun, but I definitely recognize all the things that are not making it fun and all the things that prevented people from having fun. But a lot of that we've spoken on the baeclast, and a lot of that I'll speak again once I've collected my thoughts more and like made a concise video on this one topic. But if you just want to enjoy the game and have a good time, come hang out on the stream where I'm gonna go right now. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.